Is it melting? Do you get my milk?
No, it's getting bigger and bigger.
Okay, thank you, dear.
Now you've got a beard.
Oh, now I got a tissue.
It's just like Bobsy.
Can I give?
No, keep it. Let's see if any of our viewers
Oh,
notice.
very funny.
Tan sisters, Tansy and Althea, welcome to Breakfast with Bobsy.
Thank you.
Thank you,
good to
Bobsy,
have
for
you
inviting
here.
us.
Absolutely, my pleasure. So, the Tan sisters, you've got a movement called Happy Planetarian.
Yes.
And you published this book here, which we'll talk about. But more importantly, you've been on a mission for the last 5 years ago to use medicine as food and to inspire local people to move away from a heavy seafood and animal protein diet towards
Yes.
more of a plant-based diet.
Yes.
Amongst many other things, and I have tried one or two of your recipes, by the way.
Oh, which one?
I did the avocado pesto.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you like it?
Delicious.
Thank you.
I added pine nuts. I put pine nuts and walnuts
Oh, awesome.
because
awesome.
they combine well
Yes,
together.
yes.
Delicious.
You are
Yeah.
talented.
Yes. Welcome.
These good.
Thank you.
This is good. Okay, I'm not
Yes.
allowed to make myself some milk mustache, so I'll be very.
You got milk?
regular. Okay, you got milk.
Yum yum.
It's really very good.
Thank you. Thank you. We call them four-dimensional coffees.
Yes. Definitely.
Right. So where do we begin? What was the turning point moment in your life, if there was one, where you went, yes, aha,
yes.
this all makes sense?
Yeah.
So maybe starting with you, Tansy?
Me first?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That was when we were in Canada. Yeah, so that was like almost 30 years ago. So
Wow.
I think I wasn't an animal lover. I'm not even an animal lover.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, a cat came into our apartment and adopted the two of us.
Oh,
So
nice.
we were new immigrant then, you know. So then I was very afraid of that cat. But then Althea is an animal lover, and she handles cat very well.
With no experience.
Yeah, because she stays in the
Naturally.
States.
Naturally.
Yeah, she stays in the States before studying and by herself. And so she taught me how to handle cats and blah, blah, blah. So the cat stayed with us about two or three
Yeah.
years with us. We moved, we brought her, and then in the end, the ending was she has stomach cancer. She stopped eating. She handled her death and her
Gracefully.
sickness in her own cat way. And we were very new having a cat at home, so
Yep.
totally handling this has no experience. So we brought her to the vet. So the vet handled everything, and then the vet told us there's no return for her, so better let her go and things like that. And then it was very astonishing to me that to have someone alive and ending the life, to me is so stunning. You know, I was like very scared and crying all the time. But then the vet has a very special moment for us. He said to us, take your time, say whatever you want to say to her before we put the needle in. And was like, I have to say something to her.
What was her name?
Sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah, it's a tricolor.
Sushi, vegan sushi.
Exactly. So Bobsy, I said to her in my heart, and Althea didn't know at that moment, before she got needled inside my heart, I was saying, if I love you so much, there is no way that I still eating the chicken, the beef, the pork,
fish.
the fishes.
Because they're animals as well.
They are like you. I mean, you showed me so much love. She showed me so much love because before she died, I cried for her name. Sushi, mommy's here. And then she just stood up in her weak body just to greet me and say bye-bye. You know, so at that moment, before the needle went in, I made her this promise that after today, no more meat consumption, no more eggs. I was like 2 eggs a day, every day. So not even eggs. So that's it.
So that was your turning point.
I made my promise, and then I didn't tell Althea until we went home. Sushi died, and then no more meat.
From that
I
night on.
threw out all the meat from the kitchen,
Without telling her.
and she was shocked. Like, what's going on? I said, I
my
made a
favorite
promise.
fish.
Yeah, I know. And she actually was a vegetarian more than me.
Right.
Yeah. So
But I was shocked.
Yes.
Because I had a hard time, before the cat died, to sort of like convince her, let's give this a try. Let's try this vegetarian thing. Because I think my eureka moment came before her. And I was like struggling through learning how to eat veggie. So that night, it was so drastic. It's like she really threw everything out
Amazing.
from
So
the
you should have called your company Happy Sushitarian.
That's it.
She was your big inspirator.
Big inspiration.
and Bobsy, I never turned back.
Never.
Amazing.
Not
And this
one
was 30
chicken.
years ago?
30 years ago. Not one chicken can lure me now.
Amazing. And what was your turning point?
My turning point is to. I wish it is something so emotional and touching.
Okay, so no turning point. Next,
no,
over to you.
Okay, yeah, boring, logical, too reasonable.
Too many books reading.
Yeah, too many books reading is very boring.
But you had a book. John Robin was the one.
John Robbins.
John
yeah.
Robin was the one.
I wish I could say maybe it's Oprah Winfrey because I watched a show with her interviewing John Robbins. Then I picked up the book. That moment came. It's like, oh, did my meat come from the suffering of animals? I didn't know I was like part of this cruelty. So it's like a big realization. Oh my gosh, you mean the cow didn't roam
Yes.
and have grass?
Yeah.
And it's like, it blew me away.
So you could
it's
state that John Robbins had a
I
big,
must
big,
say,
impact
big
on you.
impact.
Now, him and his
Okay.
son are very active.
Yes.
They've got a food revolution going on. And they're doing
Exactly.
educational courses.
Exactly.
And,
Yes.
Never
yes.
stopped.
Because they
never
come from the family that owned Baskin Robbins,
Yes.
Exactly.
the ice cream empire, right?
Yes.
So he,
Exactly.
all credit to him, broke away from his family and
Unbelievable.
said, I'm not interested in
I
all this
know.
money and wealth and dairy, and I'm going to, amazing.
Yes.
Really
yes.
touched
Oh, wonderful.
me.
Good.
Yeah, so that's my turning point. But I had my challenge is I didn't know how to eat properly.
Sure.
So I must say I went on months spinach and tofu, until I turned green.
Oh, that's better than most people who begin. They go on chips and chocolate. At least
Really?
you went on too healthy,
Okay,
you know.
spinach, tofu, but until I really turned spinach, I turned green.
turned green.
So after Sushi died, we have to do more vegetarian cooking at home.
Yeah.
So we live in Canada, so you can't eat out like
You were
all
living
the
alone
time.
without your parents,
You
right?
know, yeah. So we have to cook. So we cook lots of. We used to like cook roast chicken. Mostly chicken because I
Yeah.
love chicken. Yeah, and then
Me too, I love chicken.
Yeah.
That's why I don't eat them.
thank you.
I like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we love chicken.
Yeah, so and then no more meat. So the home becoming all vegetables cooking.
Yeah.
So we love the bookstores there. So we bought like tons of vegetarian
Vegetarian
cooking
cookbooks.
cookbook. So we experiment lots of different cooking, but because we are Asian,
This is like already 1990, 91 or
92,
early 90s.
92.
Okay,
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early 90s,
Yeah.
yes.
But
Plus-
most of those books were written for Western,
Yes.
not so much for the Asian
No,
palate, right?
exactly.
No.
Yeah. So
No.
because we are Asian, so and then I think it's because my mom cooked for us since
Yeah.
we were young. So we eat a lot of whole food, even though it's meat, yeah. But so I think our cooking skills inherited from mom.
So you had the basics.
Yes. I
think
All you
we
had to
have-
do was switch from animal.
Yeah, but that is not
To
easy
plant,
because
no.
doing the plant. So we kind of like experiment lots of different Asian like curry.
So we, yeah.
You know,
Because our cookbook is more Western cooking, so we sort of improvise, you know. How does it make it? We do miss Asian food, so how do we add a bit of touch in that? So we started experimenting. It was fun.
It was just like really fun, and then the friends the Canadian friends that we know in Canada even join us for fun, like doing our own breads, muffins, cookies.
So you're the most popular two girls on the block.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So all the
Yep.
Canadian
Yes.
boys were like, whoa.
Because they get to eat all the failed products, all the failed things go to them. All the good one we save it for ourselves.
Very good strategy. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. We even make vegetarian turkey that it was so big. I mean, we had big oven there.
Yeah.
And we were so proud of our first vegetarian turkey.
Christmas.
Did it taste good?
Yes.
Wow.
Tasted really good.
She's really good at Althea is basically doing a lot of the savory side, and I am focused more on the baking,
Nice.
the sweets,
Yeah.
So that
Sweet and sour.
sweet and sour, yes.
Exactly.
Oh, and bitter.
So
Sweet
you're
and
the
bitter.
sweet sister. She's the sour. and
Sour
bitter.
and bitter. Bobsy
Makes
bitter.
sense. Yeah, I can see now. Talking of inspiration, now the reason I have this book in front of me, have you heard of cranks?
Entertaining with Christ. This one, no.
I
No.
fished it out from my library and brought it. So
Wow.
they opened their first cranks in London in
Oh,
1961.
I heard of
On
this.
Carnaby Street.
Whoa,
Yes.
61.
1961. So when they opened the first cranks, it was a husband and wife team and then another partner. Carnaby Street wasn't so swinging and hippie back then,
Okay.
but they opened cranks. And after that, they ended up opening many restaurants across the UK,
Wow.
Vegetarian or vegan?
vegetarian. But
Wow.
what they pioneered was wholesome cooking.
Whole food.
So whole foods. So using natural ingredients,
Yes.
but even their restaurant had like natural wood and baskets and pottery. So it was,
how
it was
nice.
Are
truly
they still
hippie.
around?
No, sadly, well, David, the founder, passed away in 1981. And once the founder passed away, in 1985, they were bought out by big corporates. And
That's
it kind of lost the way a
Picture
bit.
changed.
And then they actually bought it back again from the big corporates because all the Cranks
Really?
employees were very loyal. Because they were pioneers. What they were doing was pioneering wholesome whole foods in a nice setting.
61.
So then they bought the company back, but then it was sold one more time and they lost their way, and eventually I think corporates killed the concept.
Yes.
Eventually they shut all the restaurants down. And both the founders have passed away now, but the spirit of Crank still lives on in anyone who is into wholesome foods
I see.
in the UK and anyone who's vegetarian or vegan. And their recipes are delightful. They were designed for easy following, to do them at home.
So
And
this is like a recipe book.
this is a recipe
I
book.
see.
It's called Entertaining with Cranks. I think they have 3 or 4 books. But yeah, sadly they no longer exist. But for me, I remember the
Yeah.
first time I saw the word aga aga,
Yes.
was through Cranks. And
And the
things I'd
seaweed.
never
They
heard
use
of.
they use seaweed there.
They use seaweed and,
Yeah.
You know, it's
they were real hippies who,
But a
who were
good
part
cookbook.
of the,
a good cookbook is usually without pictures.
Oh no, there's a few inside, but not too many.
Not too many, but very good.
And lots of, you can see it's well used and lots of stains. And,
Yeah.
But I thought I'd just bring it out because you girls have written a beautiful book here called Anti-Aging. And
Yes.
essentially you're saying eat whole foods, plant-based.
Plant-based.
That is your message, right?
Yes.
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 And it's beautifully bilingual. I mean, I don't read Chinese, but I can see it's, well written for the Chinese local.
Main focus.
Main focus. And I see you've credited Almond here a
Almond,
lot.
yeah.
She's an old friend of mine.
Yeah, and she's the wife of a good buddy of my late
Hutch,
husband.
Ryan.
Hutch,
He's also one of my
Yeah.
oldest friends in Hong Kong, Ryan. Yeah.
So that's how
So,
we
yeah.
got
And what-
together.
Tell me about Hutch, please.
Oh, Hutch. Oh,
May he
Hutch.
rest in peace.
May he rest in
May
peace.
he rest in peace.
He's my constant motivation. He's a constant motivation now. And because of him, we must move on. And we must, well, I hate to use the word succeed, but that's how we see this as our,
Thrive.
Korea.
yeah,
You
our
must thrive.
You know, our last career, it's my life. You know,
Yeah.
I would like to do this, and Hutch is basically a vegan, but he turned vegetarian and then slowly progressed to vegan. But I think at that time when he transited to his diet and lifestyle, it's too late. You know, he's got cancer, and he died of cancer. It's through the final years, the caring for him, the more and more he helped us focus on this because he think this is the way to go. This is the way to help beings be better, the earth be better, and a lot of this concepts, the way we cook, the way we communicate.
So perhaps
with
your
people.
attitude towards it
Yes.
was inspired by Hutch.
Yes.
And I know you've credited him in the book. and-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because basically he's all the recipe has been tested before we launch it.
Tested on him.
Yes, kind of.
Lucky man.
Yes.
Animal testing
Yes,
at
yes.
home.
Yeah.
Real animal testing.
Especially
right?
the desserts, because
We mustn't
he
forget we're all animals, right?
Yeah, we are.
and don't forget because Hutch is a hospitality expert.
Yes.
And he has been in the hotel
Yeah.
industry for so many years, so he knows what is selling, what is not selling. So I think basically he has very good taste for desserts.
Oh, nice.
So I fail quite a bit because of Hutch. We go into full force vegan baking because he loves desserts, and then and this woman do not want his man to be deprived, becoming a vegan and no desserts,
Yes,
no
yes.
sweets. So went into desserts and he approved most of them
Oh, nice.
before we launch it. Officially
Yes.
in our classes, our workshop, our roadshow, so we really appreciate, and then we kind of miss him now because
Yeah. Right, of course.
nobody is like
No animal to be tested.
nobody
on.
to stem us now.
He's a marketing person, so we see things. A lot of time we see things in marketing perspective. It's like, how do we get the message across so that we really don't turn people away? So I think food is basic. The taste is there. How do we say food is medicine, and then boring, too much theory. So how do we package it? We talk about packaging it in anti-aging.
Yes.
We talk about things like that. We want to.
I saw that. So your mission is to make plant-based food sexy
Sexy.
and
Yes.
appealing to
Tasty.
people, and without going too much about, perhaps
Yeah.
the medicinal aspects. You want it to
Exactly.
look good, but more importantly, you want it to taste good, right?
Yes,
Yes.
tastes good.
And I
It's very
see here
important.
in the introduction, you say this is our bottom line.
Yeah. Our bottom
that's
line.
your bottom line, is to make veggie, plant-based food sexy and really, really tasty and look good too,
Look
right?
good too.
Because
And
you know
I
what,
can
Beb?
see you really make food look really, really attractive.
Thank
and it's
you
so
so much.
important.
We're
Yeah.
trying.
So kind of
Yeah.
it. But Bobsy, because we have tried, even almond is the one that motivate us quite a bit as well to share almond and Ryan love our food, and then they want us to share more with the local people.
Yes.
Because they think that we have a very special way of cooking.
Yes.
And local vegetarian restaurant, they are good, but then a little bit too commercial, the taste. So too much salt, too much sugar, too much oil, too much starch in there. So I think that's the motivation as well. We want people to have a different type of vegetarian food
Yes.
in Hong Kong.
So when are you going to open your Happy Plantarian restaurant? In
Maybe
Pakok.
we have a crossover.
My friends in Pakok are going to kill me if they hear me saying this because they really want to keep Pakok very sleepy and hippie and beautiful. But open a small restaurant in Pakok?
No, I don't
In your
think
backyard?
so.
Why not?
Oh, my backyard.
Let everyone come and taste your food. We really need to
through
push
workshop.
Asian slow food a lot more. There's so much potential.
Asian slow food.
Because everyone wants to eat Asian food, but most of the really good restaurants in Hong Kong that are doing plant-based wholesome food tend to be Western
Yes.
or non-Asian. But we really need a big push on Asian slow food. And I would love to be involved with that. Instead of fast slow food, we can have Asian slow food.
Yeah, sure.
So we feed the people what they want to eat.
Exactly.
Stir fries, noodles,
Exactly.
but wholesome and
whole food, like
yeah.
you said, like
Here's a
clams.
visionary talking, and I really.
So maybe one day we can
should.
partner up and do it together.
Yes.
I think we
Because the
should.
demand right now for Asian slow food is
Soaring.
unbelievably,
No, but I think
and it's going to
soaring.
get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
I think we still need to tap
I mean,
on.
we've already given ideas to quite a few entrepreneurs out there who are grabbing this
Oh.
idea and they're going to run with it and beat us to it.
We will beat you. We will get to do it first. I think we need to tap the mainstream market. I mean, it's
Yeah.
still a big audience out there that I think this message we are spreading, whether you're seeing from environmental point of view, animal rights point of view, it doesn't matter.
Makes sense every way, right?
Yeah, we
Everyone.
want this earth to be more sustainable. That's the way to move. So, however we preach it, but I think this is a big group of people we need to get this message across, and I don't think we have done it yet.
No.
We are slowly moving towards it. Yeah.
I mean, all the Dai Pai Dongs down here,
You see?
they're
Yeah.
so busy at lunchtime.
So
but the
busy, so
problem
I
is
wouldn't
it's
want
a
to eat.
styrofoam lunchbox
I know.
in a plastic
And the
bag.
oil, look at the oil on the top of the
So
noodles.
there's a health aspect, but I'm more concerned with the
Environment.
oceans.
Yes.
Of course.
And,
I totally
and,
agree.
and the soil and the
Totally
air,
agree.
because this is
Yes.
what's going to affect us all, whether we're healthy or
Exactly.
unhealthy.
Exactly.
And the problem with the Dai Pai
Exactly.
Dongs is they're even given chopsticks in
Yes.
plastic.
And
Yeah.
And a
spoons.
plastic spoon,
Yes.
and most of the people don't
Yes.
need that cutlery because they're taking it back to the office where they have
And
cutlery
a toothpick
and a toothpick.
with paper.
So this is something we urgently need to,
No, agree.
to stop,
Totally
and we
agree.
need our government
Yes.
to start thinking more about the community and what really matters to Hong Kong people on the ground level,
Yes.
and that is our health
Totally.
and well-being and the health and well-being of our planet. This has to be done. And we can't do it alone. We need the help from
Community.
the government
Yeah.
to ban styrofoam and ban single-use plastic. Do it yesterday. Don't wait for tomorrow. Do it yesterday.
I just
It
don't
has
know
to be
why
done.
they can't do it. I just don't
Because
know
they're very
why.
distracted. They're very distracted. They're focusing on other matters.
Yeah, less salt, less sugar.
But Bobsy,
Hi.
I'm just wondering if we see this whole thing and then we do this movement, at least from our little, that's how
Effort.
little efforts we can do. Just the two of us, plus you, plus your group of people. Can we do this like a mobilize from a grassroots level? Do you think in this city we can actually affect and influence the government into looking
Yes.
into things
Well,
that we just
in
talked
fact, we have.
about,
In
you
fact,
know?
we have.
They're so.
You have done a
we've
lot.
done it already.
You have done
So
a
I think
lot.
maybe we
We've done it
mobilize
already.
more,
So the young
grass-
ones now,
Yes.
the young local people, are
Yeah.
really fully aware of what it means to be plant-based, to be vegetarian or vegan, not just for their own health, but especially and specifically for the health of the environment.
Yes.
So this sea change is already happening, and you go to schools and you give talks in
Yes.
schools, you'll see it.
I
It's
know.
bubbling.
Yes.
It's
I know.
bubbling.
Yeah.
But
The parents.
the leaders of our government right now are sleeping.
Yeah.
They're not fully awake, even
No.
though they are parents themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need everyone to wake up. And in fact, everyone is waking up.
That's what I said. The parents, please
Yeah.
hear us out. Hear
Yeah.
us out. You know.
But just to wrap our little breakfast here, you haven't tried any of the truffles
I must
yet.
try. Which one should I try first?
I think for the Asian palate, go for the coconut one, which is the one with the pistachio nuts.
This one?
Yes, that's more catered
I'm
for the
it because I think it's pistachio.
pistachio and coconuts.
I think it should be. You must
Sweetened
smell
with-
your food first.
Sweetened with
It's all raw. It's all vegan. So it's
not
all
sweetened.
blended.
This is good.
Oh, sweetened with. Sorry, no, yeah, there is a bit of
This is good.
coconut palm sugar.
nice.
Healthy, wholesome plant sugar. Yeah. So this is more for the Asian palate, in a sense that it's the whiteness of the rice puddings that we grew up with.
Very
that
good.
kind of profile.
It reminds me of, you know, the Malaysian,
Yeah.
Indonesian dessert
Exactly.
taste.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
It's very, oh,
Yeah.
nostalgic.
Which one
I
is the
grew up
best selling?
in Lebanon, in Beirut. So it
Oh.
reminds me of
And pistachio.
rose water or orange blossom water in rice puddings.
Yum, yum.
Right? Which is very similar to the Asian palette of what you just mentioned, the Malaysian fruits, where they use either coconut to make the
Yes.
whiteness, or they use rice to make the whiteness
Yes.
of their dessert.
Yes.
Very nice.
Wonderful.
This is very good.
But moving away from truffles,
I'm not talking anymore. I'm focusing on my
on
food.
your
yeah, that they took it.
eating like
Oh,
it
yeah,
matters.
You two talk.
Eating
Yeah.
like it matters.
Just don't disturb me.
You know, yeah. So, is there any message you would like to put out there to Hong Kong people right now? Obviously, you know, check out your website and follow you and learn cooking from you. But besides that,
Well, not really learning because we feel that the Hong Kong people don't really, but some of them like to cook, but they basically
them.
like to eat. So
Then
Althea and I want to focus on getting the right food out, getting the tasty food out, and we have a new movement actually starting this year. We hope people will quit dairy. Because if you know about how factory farming on cheeses and yogurt, really painful for the cows. So without saying that, we talk about health. Dairy actually cause directly cancerous. Okay, so we want Hong Kong people to be healthier, getting healthy, so that they can live a happy life with their children, grandchildren, seeing them graduate, get married, having a career. You know, then you have to have a healthy, happy life. So this year we are starting our non-dairy cheeses.
wonderful. I
Okay.
think there's a big future for that.
Yeah.
Vegan cheeses.
Cheeses,
Yeah.
just to entice some of the taste bud of Hong Kong people. Other than that, quit the dairy. So this is the new movement we are focusing in 2019.
And I believe
And-
you have some vegan cheeses for me to taste.
For you, especially for
Wonderful.
you.
Looking forward to that.
So we have Gouda, we have cheddar, we have baby blue
cheese.
we have brie, we have
Cream cheese.
cream cheese.
You have one that melts on burgers.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
Yes.
We do.
So
get excited, people! Vegan
lots of
cheeses.
cheeses.
Maybe
Coming
you
your
get
way.
to taste it at Mana, hopefully.
Yeah, with a
Yeah.
vegan wine and a vegan
Oh,
cheese platter,
yum, yum.
and some
Yum.
nice crackers, oatmeal crackers.
You know, lots of cheeses out there because they want to make it like plant-based, so you added lots of fillers in there,
Like oils and
or
And
a lot of
flour.
other things in
Yeah.
there. So I just want to focus. I think Althea and I want to focus on high quality, no fillers, not too much, just certain, even without oil.
Yep.
And then we can still do the cheese. So you're gonna
Exciting.
taste some afterwards.
Exciting.
Other than that, this year we also want to focus on empowering people, empowering through some of our talks and some of our nutrition classes. Why do we need to empower them? Is that we are getting old. We're getting old, so we need new generation
Young at heart.
Yes.
to take over us.
Yes.
You know, take over,
Yes.
take over what we
Pass
do.
on the
Pass
baton.
on the baton.
We want some good Hong Kong young people to follow us.
Well, there's plenty of them
Yeah.
out there. You see, I can see one over there. You see, wave. There's lots of good Hong Kong people out there.
Yes, beautiful Hong Kong people,
Yes.
beautiful.
I think the motivation in to put it very simply is that we use food as a vehicle, a tool. Well, it feeds us. Mostly, we want to use it to communicate something really basic called love. So we started off with our program or our campaign. We always say it's food of love. You know, the passion that you put in, or this thing actually would encompass a message of love. You know, love for the environment, love for the earth, love for all other beings, and love yourself. So it starts from yourself. It comes. So we always share this feelings of love with our customers, our students,
With your people.
with our people, and it sort of works.
Understood. Yeah, of course.
Nobody say no to love, you know, like don't give me love, you know.
And Bobsy is going to sing us a song.
Before we sing, I want to share with you this
Yes.
quote from the poet John Dryden in 1700.
Wow.
Take not away the life you cannot give, for all things have an equal right to live.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank
1700. He wrote that.
1700.
So, you know, people often talk about the early days of the vegetarian movement, where it started, how it started. But it goes back into the history of time. Look what Pythagoras was saying,
Yes,
530 BC. For as long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Indeed, he who sows the seeds of murder and pain cannot reap joy and love, and will never know health or peace. Pythagoras, 500 BC.
Totally agree.
So all you need is
All we need is love.
pa-pa-da-pa-da.
All we need is love.
Pa-pa-da-pa-da.
All we need is love.
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 Love is
All we need.
Thank you,
Thank
Bobsy.
you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for
Love
having
you.
breakfast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Until soon.
Until soon.
no milk mustache plus it has to go onto my nose. Okay, one more.
No.
Does it go?